Welcome back, Nintendo collectors. The long awaited video is here. I'm so excited about doing this video. I've waited so long to do this video. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've always wanted to do a Sky Skipper video gameplay, but I've always thought, you know, I won't do it unless I've got the hardware. So it's finally here in the working Popeye cabinet, because there is no Sky Skipper cabinet as far as we know. But I do own now the only two working Sky Skipper PCBs in the world. Can you believe it? I know, it's just fucking unbelievable. Sorry, I'm going to have to swear because I'm so blown away. I'm so passionate about this game. You know, I've been wanting to get this game for such a long time. I don't know if you've been following my channel, you know how passionate I am about all the old Nintendo games, the before Mario stuff. And here it is. This game, for me, for a long time was a mystery. You know, because if you look on the internet, there are no pictures, no information about this game whatsoever. I mean, if you Google it now, you'll probably find threads that I've made, but literally, if you go back in all the old CLOV threads and the UK VAC threads, there's pretty much no information at all. There's people trying to convert Popeye boards into a Sky Skipper, because a Sky Skipper board turned up in Sweden and it had been converted to Popeye, factory modded. So people assume straight away that they could convert a Popeye into a Sky Skipper. Well, you can't, because they're completely different hardware, okay? This is an original Sky Skipper PCB, not a Popeye at all, okay? But we'll get onto that in a minute. I just want to say, guys, strap yourself in, grab a beer, right? Because we're going to drag this out as long as we can, make it a real long, cool episode, because I think this game deserves it. And I've waited so long to do this video, I really have, and it's a fantastic game, it really is. So in this video we'll have a look at the PCBs, and then we'll have a gameplay video, and then I'll talk about at the end my plans for the future about this game. So I've got some really cool plans. But I've not only got one game, I've got two. Yeah, I've got two working PCBs, and I've got them. I just can't believe it. I'm just totally over the moon about it. This is rarer than Sheriff. Okay, this is rarer than Pong. Forget Pong. This is rarer than Sheriff. That is one of the rarest games. This is rarer than Sheriff, and I've got it working in a Popeye machine. I just can't believe it. For any Nintendo fan, this is just incredible. It really is. It's a fantastic game as well. So, I want to just start off with, guys, how did I come about this game? Well, it's a bit of a strange one. It's actually really weird, because there was one board on the internet, one guy in Sweden that owned Sky Skipper PCB, and it was a factory modded one. So what Nintendo had done is modified this Sky Skipper PCB into a Popeye. And the reason being, I think, is because this game did not sell very well in the arcade, and with the remaining PCBs they had on the shelf, they converted them to a Sky Skipper. Because this is expensive hardware, they wouldn't just chuck this out. Okay, it hasn't done well, we'll chuck that out. They used as much of this stuff as they could, because these were expensive chips back in the day. So they probably asked the tech, can we do something with this? And they probably said, yeah, we convert it to Popeye, because that's doing really well. So that's what they did, I believe. I mean, there's no other information on this game, so I mean, I am clutching at straws, but I really do think that's what happened, because this game never came out of Japan, never made it to Europe, never made it to the USA, even though if you look on the original flyer, we'll have a look at that in a bit, there's a picture of what I thought was a US cabinet, but I've been told by Atari Tubian, Steve, thanks for this, Steve, because he actually sold me the flyer, that these cabinets here actually came out in Japan as well. I didn't know that. I thought these were Nintendo of America. They only came out in America, but apparently not. They came out in Japan as well. And there's a picture of one on the actual flyer. There's also a picture of a Cabaret cabinet, which is a lot shorter, a lot smaller. And Nintendo did make a Donkey Kong and a Space Demon in a Cabaret. They also did a Sky Skipper in a Cabaret. They also did the generic white top cocktail cabinets. The ones I've got here, the ones I've got Space Launcher in, Space Firebird and Space Fever in. Sky Skipper came in that as well. That's quite a generic cab by Nintendo. But Other than the pictures on the flyer, there are no other pictures of this game. There's none exist. Okay, so to just find the PCB is rare as rocking horse shit. I mean, this is just incredible. And what's more incredible than that is that my mate Mark has managed to re-engineer the board back to Sky Skipper because it had been factory modified by Nintendo to play Popeye. And he's managed to re-engineer it back to its original form. Now that's incredible on its own because he's had no schematics, okay, no information at all, and he's managed to do it on his own. I think it's incredible. And I know there's a lot of tech heads out there who are probably going to ask me a load of questions I might not be able to answer a lot because I'm not technical at all. Hands up, I don't know much about the technical side of stuff, but I do have the passion and enthusiasm to get this game working and out there so people can see it, because that has always been my passion, to find these obscure Nintendo games and just give them new life, basically, because I think they deserve it. I mean, some of these games are really cool. Everyone just knows about Donkey Kong. That's where it all started. No, they were making games way before Donkey Kong. So, with the Swedish board in mind, okay, this guy who had this board in Sweden, he had had it for a few years and he had started working on modifying it back to Sky Skipper but hadn't achieved it. And the board was offered to me, but I was told not to buy it because it was just basically impossible. Without the schematics, you'd never be able to convert that board back to Sky Skipper. So what's really strange now, what happened next, right? 3 months later, me and a bunch of UK Vackers, which is the forum on the UK for arcade collectors, me and Alpha 1 drove up to this old operator, and the guy had a rack of PCBs on the wall here. And I got up there on the ladder and I'm handing down these PCBs to Alpha 1. And there were really rare games there like Disatron and Kangaroo. There was a Carnival. Some really old Hunchback was in there as well. Some really old arcade games which I love, but I've got no interest. I'm not a collector of them. So I was just handing them down to him. And then it was his turn. He went up the ladder and started handing down PCBs to me. And the weird thing is, we joked on the way up to this place. I said to Alf, I bet there's never going to be any Nintendo stuff up there. He's like, oh, you never know, you never know. I said, I bet there's never be a Sky Skipper up there. I mean, what a thing to say. Sky Skipper, honestly, believe me not, this is what I said to him. I wonder if there's a Sky Skipper there. And sure enough, right, he passes me down this board and it's got Popeye on it. I thought, oh great, bloody Nintendo, fantastic. And because I've been looking at that Swedish guy's board for the last year, looking at it and going over it with a fine tooth comb, just seeing if we could convert it back and looking at all the codes and numbers, I looked at this board and straight away I realised this was no Popeye. This was a Sky Skipper. And I just could not believe it. The blood left my body. I nearly fainted. I just could not believe what I was holding. A Sky Skipper, after we joked about it on the way up in the car. I just cannot believe it. This board come to me. You know, I've been looking for this game for so long and finally it's come to me. I was just like blown away, absolutely blown away. So, I'm going to have to cut a long story short. So, with this board now in my hands, an unused board, because it's still wrapped in its bag, I took it to my good friend Mark, who repairs a lot of my games, sorts out a lot of my machines. I said to him, what are the chances of now getting this board going? We've got this one here and the guy's in Sweden. He said, well, if you can buy that one off the guy in Sweden, we've got a good chance because you can swap chips around and fault find on the PCB if you've got two. And I do that with a lot. This is the way I do my repairs. I swap power supplies around and just see what's not working. That's how I find out what's wrong with the actual machine. So with that in mind, I brought the Swedish PCB. So now I had two Sky Skipper PCBs that had been converted to Popeye. And Mark took on the challenge. I know there's a lot of other guys out there who wanted the challenge. James, I know you wanted the challenge. I really appreciate it. But Mark really just lived around the corner. It was so much easier for me just to take this whole machine round and he can use it as a test bench in and out all day long. So that's what I did. And he's really, really good. I'm so glad that I did do that because he's just an absolute genius. So 3 months down the line, lots of roller coasters, really, because I went round there some nights and I looked at his face and I just thought, it's not going to happen, is it? Some days he got it working, some days it would stop. There was other faults. There was like a security chip on there that we needed to take off, and then it had to be remodded again. The sprites were missing. The sound's always been there, and the game's always played, but the sprites were always a little bit funny. But after 3 months, cutting a long story short, again, I can't get too technical with you guys, but he's finally cracked it, and here it is in my arcade in a Popeye cabinet. It's in a Popeye cabinet because it's a horizontal game. And what I've done is I've put a versus control panel on here and wired up another button here, because Sky Skipper takes 2 buttons. There's a thrust and there's a bomb. So I've just wired up a versus control panel here to the PCB, and it plays fine. It's just absolutely great. So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll have a look at the PCBs, right? You can have a look at, I'll just go over, I'll set them out on the table here, you can have a look at the PCBs. Right, here we are, guys. This is the Sky Skipper PCB, and just have a look straight away. The signature here is TNX1. That is a Sky Skipper signature. It's got the King Feature Syndicate. This is just a sticker that Nintendo would have had to put on if they was to put this out on location, because it's Popeye. They don't have the rights for Popeye. So this is just a sticker. We could actually take that off if we wanted to, because it is no longer a Popeye. And here we have the year 1981. Popeye came out in 1982. I've got 2 boards of Popeye. I've got an early version of Popeye and a later version, and both of them have 1982 on there. So this came out a year before Popeye. Okay. Yep, there were 2 versions of Popeye, an easy version and a hard version. We've got this wire here is just our bomb button wired up to this proprietary connection here, which most of the early Nintendo games have. But you'll notice that these connections here are wired up to the edge connector here. We've left that on. That's a modification that we have left on there, because it's just easier to plug straight into a Popeye connection into your cab, dead easy, and then just wire this bomb button up. So yeah, dead easy, just swapping boards over. So you can have 2 boards running one cab if you wanted to, Popeye and Sky Skipper. That is a cool thing about this game. And this is the reverse side. So this is both boards back to back. One's upside down and one's not. So this is the other side of Sky Skipper. There again, it's 1981. And there it is. It's in this metal plate here. I think this is just, again, something they made up specifically for this board. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is both the Sky Skipper PCBs. Pretty cool, huh? So let's plug one of these babies in and let's have a bit of gameplay. I can't wait to play this game. Alright guys, just before we do the gameplay, I just want to show you the PCB in situ. At the moment we've just got it leaning up against the metal cage there. Then normally a lot of these older PCBs, the earlier cabs, would have just been screwed to the side of the wood panel here. Nintendo introduced these cages a little bit later on with the edge connector, which is a lot easier for swapping games in and out of the cage. Because a lot of the early PCBs like Sky Skipper just use these proprietary connections. But we don't want to use them, we don't want to keep taking them in and out, so that's why we left this modification they made for Popeye on there. It's just a lot easier just to plug in and play. The only thing you've got to do is wire up for a bomb button, and that's it. That's the bomb button wired up to the versus control panel at the front. So yeah, that's it, guys. So as we turn her on, so you can see it fire up with the PCB in there. And there we have Sky Skipper. How cool is that? There's my versus control panel. I've just used that for spares. I've taken a couple of the buttons out for other things, I guess, over the time. But that works great with her because it's an 8-way game, you see. So you need an 8-way joystick, and these versus joysticks are great for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is set the camera up on a tripod and we'll do a gameplay. This is what I've been waiting for. Right, guys, so here we are. You play the character of Mr. U. That is the main character here. I'll show you in a minute. And your co-stars are the King, Queen, Jack. And then you've got all the other little characters. Here, I'll show you in a minute. Spade, heart, diamonds, clubs. There you can see the detailed character of Mr. U and his little plane. So you control a little plane that flies around. And you've got thrust, so you can move really quickly if you want to. And you've got bomb. And you have to go around collecting sort of like the house of cards, really. You've got spades, you've got diamonds, clubs, and hearts. And if you collect them in an order, like if you get a house of, say, clubs there, you can see all the green frogs are represented with clubs there. If you collect all of those, like 4 in a row, see these 4 squares at the top here, you'll get a bonus. So I think for like 4 hearts, you get like 400 points. So there is a sort of added bonus for getting them in an order, if you like, than just going around getting them in any old order. So your score will multiply as the game goes on. It should show you here, look. There it's got Nintendo 1981. Co-star the Gorilla. See, there we go, 150 points for 2 spades and a club and a spade, and then 100 points for a heart. Well, that's any order. But you get 400 points for 4 hearts. But, you know, the longer time you spend going around trying to get them in an order, you're more likely your fuel's going to run out, because you've got a fuel gauge at the top. Can you see it going down at the top there? You've got full and empty. That will deplete as you use thrust and as you fly around in the game. And it scrolls from left to right and up and down, which is quite unusual for Nintendo. I don't know any other Nintendo game, arcade game, that does that. It's quite unique, really, for this game. So yeah, so the main enemy of the game are these gorillas, and they're represented down here. Look, they've got like he's got like headphones on. I don't know what he's throwing though. It looks like a bat and a ball, and he throws these balls at you. And if you get hit from one, you don't die, but your plane will just drop. And I think it takes a chunk of fuel out of your plane as well. But you can refuel. See, there's a fuel landing spot there represented with that flag there, and it says fuel. So you can refuel at any time, but you can only refuel once within the game. But it gives you that option, which is cool, you know. So you can fly around trying to get as many in an order or in a house as you can. And once you've got all the cards, it shows you down the bottom here, as you're collecting them, they all deplete, they all disappear. And once they've disappeared, you get off the level, onto the next level. What else are you watch out for? The clouds, you cannot go through a cloud. If you hit a cloud, again, your plane will just sort of drop. You won't die, but your plane will drop. And if there's a bit of landscape below you, hit that landscape, that's it. But I think the detail in these characters is incredible. I've never seen a game of that era with sprites that detailed. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the landscape's a bit kind of brash, but the actual characters, I mean, the plane there, if you look close, it's got little lines on the back of the wings there. It's got a little propeller going around. The detail is incredible. The Queen's got a lot of detail. When he's knocked out, you can see when you bomb the gorilla, he gets knocked out and he falls asleep. And you can actually pass through the gorilla then. So don't worry about hitting the gorilla once you've knocked him out. You can actually fly through them. So that's it really, guys. I mean, I've got to about 3rd or 4th level. We'll try and do that today so you can see all the levels. But I just thought I'd go through it before I start playing, because I don't like to talk once I start playing. But yeah, I think that's it. I've pretty much covered everything. Again, I'll get an extra life at 15,000. And so far, yeah, I've only got to 4 levels. So let's play the game. Let's coin up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you just before I coin up, the music from this game, which I only found out yesterday. I've been playing this game non-stop. And the music is a bit of a funny one. It reminded me of something. It was going round in my head. I couldn't think what that music was. And then it suddenly came to me last night. It's an old American nursery rhyme tune called Skip to My Loo. And they've just used, the Japanese have just taken the word skip and used that in the game as their song. And it's just like, you'll recognise it in a minute when I coin up, when the music comes on, you'll recognise it. And also at the end of the level, you'll get a little sequence. The music at the end of the level sounds a little bit like Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. Anyway, you tell me what you think. Anyway, let's coin up. Got 10 credits in there, extra playing at 15,000. Recognise the tune? Skip to my loo, my darling. How cool is that? So we've got 8-way directionals. And as soon as what you've got to do is you've got to bomb these guys, the gorillas. As soon as you bomb them, these little card characters jump up in the air. And you've got to pick them up. So at the moment I've got 2 hearts. So if I get another heart and another one, I should get a bonus. There we go. 400 point bonus there. And you really do need the fast button as well. If you're in an awkward situation, or you want to pick them up really quickly like I did there, you really need the thrust button. So he's hiding down there at the moment. I need to bomb this guy, this gorilla. He's knocked out. Not dead, but knocked out. Got another bonus for getting 4 diamonds. So if you get 4 of any house, you'll get a bonus. Now they drop down again. I've got to keep bombing them and then they pop up again. Get the king. See, I'm running out of fuel now. I've got to get these quickly. That's it, I've done it. Damn it. Recognise that tune? I'm sure it's Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. So we've got the night level now. How cool is this? We're going through the night. And the levels get a little bit more complex. Again, if you hit a cloud, like, they just drop down, see? So you've just got to be careful there's no landscape below you, you're fine. Now, also, if you knock them out and there's a card below them, he can't come up. See that spade there? He can't come up because he's stopping the card from jumping up. Until he gets out of the way, he'll pop up again. So I've got him now, and I'm going to go this way. I've done that side of the screen. I want to get this one here. You really do need that thrust. I use it all the time. So now I'm running out of fuel. So I'm going to refuel, land here. How cool is that? Here we go. They've hidden back down there again. Oh, I'm running out of fuel. I'm not going to do this, am I? I've faffed around too much. Oh, I got killed. Love the explosions. Very psychedelic. So you continue on from where you last left off. You don't start at the beginning again. So I've only got 3 cards to get now. Jack, heart and a club. And I know they're over here. Oh, there's a jack. There's the heart. Oh, the other one's up the top there. So I should be able to get off this level if I'm not stupid enough. Ah, now he's stopping that one from coming up. So I've got to wait till he's moved out of the way. Literally just got to fly around till he gets up. Come on, move out of the way. Now he's moved out of the way now. He should be able to jump up. Yep, got him. End the level. You get a bonus as well for the fuel that you've saved. So obviously the quicker you do the level, the more score you get, higher the score you get. So this is the 3rd level now. The 8-way stick really works in this game. You really need it. I always thought I could do without it, but I've got the extra life. That's the extra life noise. That's brilliant. Now he's stopping that one from coming up, so I'm just going to whiz around here for a little while. Ah, can I get him? Yep, just got him. Now I can fly through him, see? When he's down, no problem at all. Let's get out of there. Let's get him. Oh, got him. I think that's it, that side of the screen. I'm going to run out of fuel in a minute, I think. Yeah, let's get some fuel. Oh, what happened there? I didn't land properly. You've got to be quite careful how you land this thing. You can't just fly into it. Okay, so I'll start with a full fuel gauge. Got to be careful of those explosions. Ah, damn it. One left. Got to get off this level, guys. Oh, it's this way I've got to go. Come on. He's jumped back down again. So annoying, really. He's over the top, so I'm not going to be able to get him. Ah! Oh. Game over. Right, let's do another game. I've got to get past that level. Just move you around a bit. Okay. You can tell I played this. I do like this game. I have played it a lot on MAME, obviously. And that's why I didn't want to do the video. I wanted to do the video once I had the original hardware. I don't like doing just a MAME video. Anyone can do that. But to actually have the original game and play it on a cab is just unbelievable. I don't know how many bombs you've got. I don't think there's no gauge for a bomb. Here we go, guys. Level 1. Got to get to level 4. I just want to show you level 4. This is a cool level. I like the night level. Hard negotiating around there. I've done it. That's the hardest bit of this level, mate. Oh, he's stuck down there, is he? He's coming up. 4 more left. That one there, and he's stuck because he's laying on top of him. Look at the detail of that gorilla. It's absolutely incredible. No, he's not. I'm not going to be able to get that one, am I? Because he's... Come on, move out of the way. Got him. Yep. yeah, the detail on those characters, I know I keep going on about it, but look, he's even got whiskers, that guy there. And the little rabbit. Extra life. Oh, I hate doing that bit. Now he's stuck that. Move out of the way. He's stuck on him, see? Ah, why did I do that? Now I've got to hang around here till he moves out of the way. Come on, move. He's not going to move, is he? There he is. Why are you all jumping up and down? My fuel's running out. Come on, move out of the way. Right, no good. I'm going to have to come back for this one. I'm going to run out of fuel in a minute. Ah, damn it. Got to go back and get that one. Yes. Got him. Ah, hit the clouds. Oh, come on. Oh, got him. Oh, oh, I missed him. Two more, isn't it? Come on. Come on. Gotta get this guy. Oh, he's not going to stay down there. Oh, you bugger. Come on! I got him! I got him! Yay! It's Donkey Kong, isn't it? Or Donkey Kong Jr.? Sure, it's Donkey Kong Jr., that song. So we're back to a night level again. This is level 4 now, guys. Oh, completely different levels. Loads of levels to this game. I'm glad we've got here. What a... This is a great game. It does remind me of something. Reminds me, the blocky kind of landscape reminds me a bit like Hero. Do you remember that game Hero? On the Atari 26. It's really weird. It's got really fine detailed sprites, but the landscape is a little bit blocky. I mean, oh jeez. It does its job. Just another plane left, yeah. So I can pass through them when they're knocked out. Oh! Now I've got out of that one. Good score so far, 23,000. Oh! Come on. Running out of fuel. Where's the... Oh. Game over. Excellent. Absolutely loved it. Let's put my name in. Chucky Egg. Everyone knows me on the forum as Chucky Egg. There we go. 23,000. Beat that, guys, on MAME if you can. Because you ain't got a PCB. I have. So that's it, guys. That's Sky Skipper. What a cool game, huh? That is just absolutely fantastic. Right, so let's have a little chat about this now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, as much as I did. I absolutely love this game. It's an absolutely fantastic game. I'm not just saying it because I own the PCB, right? I think Helifire and Radar Scope are crap games, and I've got those PCBs. They're just not very good games in my opinion, but this is a good game. 4 levels, night and day levels, with the added incentive of trying to get the cards in an order for a bonus. I think the sprites are really well detailed. Have a look on MAME, play the game, guys. Have a look at the rabbit, the king and the queen. I've never seen sprites that detailed in a game of this age. Really incredible. But okay, the landscape's a little bit blocky, reminding me of Hero, the Atari 26 game. But it's got a lot of variety in it. And of course you've got that risk-reward element of trying to get them in order, but at the same time, you know, you're running out of fuel. Do I land? You know, you're going to lose a bonus if you land. So it's got that risk-reward element in there, which I think is essential for any good game. And it's got all of it. I think it's a great game. And so far, there's 4 levels. There could be more. I don't know yet, but that's as far as I've got. But definitely check it out in MAME, guys. It's really quite a good game. I really do enjoy it. So my plans for this game, we've got to make this into a cab. We have to. It deserves it, you know. I think it does. I mean, if it was like Helifire or Radar, I wouldn't be that bothered, but it is a really enjoyable game. So if I can make this into a full-size cabinet and take it to events, you guys can get to play it. So that's my plan for my PCB. The other plan for the other PCB is to sell it on. But what we're going to do is get the full art kit made up first. So I've got my good friend Muddy Music, who's doing all the artwork. So the other PCB will be sold with a complete art kit, if you like. So you'll get the marquee, the bezel, the control panel, and maybe the instruction decal that sits underneath the bezel here. You'll get the full kit, and I'll sell it to you in an original Nintendo kit box, which I've got upstairs, which I bought my Donkey Kong 3 in. I imported from America. It came in an original Nintendo box. So I'll sell you Sky Skipper, the PCB, with a full art kit in an original Nintendo box. And I really want it to go to an American collector. The reason being, I'm not just singling out any Europeans, but mine will go on the road. So it might even go to Eurocade, so you'll get to play it in Eurocade, and I'll definitely take it to Revival, so all the UK guys can play it over there. So I really want a US collector, someone who's like into Nintendo really. I really want it to go to a Nintendo guy, if you know of any Nintendo guys. Someone that really will appreciate it. I don't really want to sell it on so someone else flips it on, you know, that would really annoy me. So I really just want it to go to a Nintendo collector really, who really would appreciate the game as much as I do, and turn it into a full-size cabinet like I'm going to. That is my plan. So I've got Muddy Music doing all the artwork, and what Muddy Music's going off is, this is the only bit of artwork we've got really, is the original flyer, which Atari Tubing gave to me, Steve. Thanks for that, mate. As you can see, this is a Japanese flyer. You can see the 3 cabinets that Sky Skipper came in, a cocktail, cabaret, and the upright version. And you can just about make out, if we zoom right in, the side art, which is basically this. Can you imagine this on the side of your cabinet? It'd be incredible, wouldn't it? I think that's some of the best artwork. All we've got to do is take this cocktail cabinet and redraw in the buildings in the background there. But look at these characters. Forgotten Nintendo characters. We need to bring them back to life. Okay? They deserve it. You know? They're really, really cool. And I think he's really cool as well, and he's playing. And I love flying games. So that is a plan, to make a Sky Skipper full-size upright, take it to events so you can all get to play it. and Muddy Music's going to do all the artwork. You can follow it on my Facebook page, Ninty Arcade, or Twitter, Nintendo Arcade. I'm always posting the artwork as it develops. So that's it, guys. That's what's happened with Skyskip. I hope you really enjoyed it. This is an ultra rare game, and it really deserves to be played and enjoyed. And that's my plan, basically. Get it in a cab, take it on the road, you know, let people play it. That's the plan. So thanks for watching, thanks for all the subscribers, and thanks for everyone. I just want to say, how could I forget Mark? I've got to say a huge thank you to Mark. Mark, without you this wouldn't have happened. Okay, he was a guy who basically re-engineered the whole thing. He's not a collector. Well, he is a collector really. He loves Tempest. He's got a fantastic pinball machine. I can't remember what it's called now, but absolutely brilliant. He's not on any form. He's not really a PCB collector or repairer, but he's a very clever guy. Okay, so I just want to say a huge thank you to Mark, because without him this wouldn't have happened. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.